Yo, welcome back. Right, this is gonna be a real cool one. We're gonna do some real cool stuff. We got the external layouts, and we're gonna do some enemy AI. We're gonna do a little something cool, right? So let's just close this to begin with. And external layouts. What are they good for? Why we need one? We need one because of this. Well, a couple of reasons. Well, first off, as you can tell, we have our coins there in the corner. We picked them up, and we got our hearts, right? So I'm gonna go all the way up here, and wait. Oh my god. There we go. Right, there we go. Right, so we make it here, and then we press D, and now we change the level. But our UI, it is gone. Okay? So there's two ways of us doing that, right? Our hearts are gone, our coins are gone, everything's gone. They're still there. We still have the same health and the same coins. You just can't see it. Like the UI is gone. So how do we go about this? Well, there's two ways. We can grab these and then copy paste them on to that's the event onto here. Right? We can copy paste it onto this level and it will work. It'll be fine, right? But it gets kind of messy. When you start like the UI, the interface, right now it's fine, right? Because it's just a little coin, a number, and then a heart, right? But when we start having more elements, and then you want to like start working on your game, and you're like, oh, see, if I want to get to this block, it's annoying, right? I need to there because the heart is in the way, that is in the way, that is in the way, right? So we want to make sure of what we edit. And you can go here and do this. We can hide the game layer to work on the UI, and then we can do the opposite. We can hide the UI to work on the game layer. So that's an option. But there's a much better one. That's using external layouts. And external layouts are exactly what the name says. They're a layout of stuff that you keep out of the scene. They're external, they're somewhere else. And then when you need them, you grab them and plop where you want it, right? You create them. So let's make one of those. Because it's a lot easier to just do than go someone explain it to you and you go, oh, okay, that makes sense. No, stuff makes sense when you do it. So you have external events that we did last episode. And then we have external layouts right at the bottom. So we're going to click the little plus next to it. We create one, and we call this one Game UI. Game UI. Press enter, and ta-da, we're done. So we're going to click it, and we're going to click in the middle, and it's going to give you the same thing as the external events. It's going to say, yeah, for you to use this, we got to link this to a scene. And we're going to choose a scene. And just like the external layouts, we're going to link it to that scene that we have empty and we don't do anything with. It's just there for us to link stuff to. Right? It's the game code. Don't delete. Right? We even make sure like don't delete this. Don't bugger it up. Right? So we're going to click that one and choose. And now we have a scene. I mean, it looks like a scene, right? But it doesn't. It's kind of like having a scene, to be honest. This is an external layout is just a scene that's not in use. And then when we need it, we grab all the stuff from this scene and we're like, plop, when we put it on top of the other scene. Anyway, so we're going to call this one UI and we're going to make our UI here. So I'm going to go here on the level 1. I'm going to grab our coin. I'm going to hold down shift and then I'm going to click the 0 to grab it as well. And wait, we got to do this differently, right? We got to put that there because there's 2 of them. So I'm going to click on a coin, hold shift, click on the 0, Then still holding shift, click on the empty heart, and then on the big heart. Now I'm gonna control X to cut. There you go. I know my letters. Okay. Eventually I'll get this right. And we're gonna go here on our external layout. We're gonna click there, and we're gonna paste. And here's our stuff. So here we're gonna make our UI. So how do I want to go about this? So there's our UI. I'm gonna grab the coin and the number, and I'm gonna plop it all the way there. Is that enough space? No, it's not. I'm gonna make it sort of like that. That way we can have many coins and it doesn't hit like the edge of the screen. So we have a little wiggle room. Wiggle, wiggle. And now I'm gonna grab this one and maybe there. Okay, that seems fine. So now because I have mild OCD, what we do is this. We're gonna, wait, zoom in so I can actually see the numbers. I'm gonna hover over the coin and it says that the Y position is 38. So I'm gonna make the Y position of this one 38 as well. So pressing up. If you use the arrow keys, you change the position by 1 pixel. So 38. If you hold down shift and then use the arrow keys, it changes by 5. It's quicker. So 37, 38. Now it's exactly on the same level as the coin. And now we're going to grab our full heart and we're going to put it right on top of it. And so 52, 38. We're going to make this one exactly the same. Okay. 52 on the X, 56, 52, and 38, 39, 38. Now it's exactly on top. All right, so now it works. And I'm actually going to give this one a little bit more wiggle. Move it to the side. And that's our UI. So we have a nice little starter UI. We can do more with this stuff later, but right now, this is our UI. Hit save. And now, level 1 and level 2 have no UI. If we start this up, there you go. There's nothing on screen, right? No UI. So now we go to our events. That's level 2. Let's click level 1. Just so that, things. Anyways, let's make a new event group. Right at the top, because order is important. And we're going to call this at the beginning of the scene, just like the event or the condition. And this is going to be stuff that we want to happen right as we start the scene. So I'm going to add a new event, Shift A, and then put it underneath. Or you can just do Shift D, and it's going to make the sub event. Anyways, add condition. At the beginning of the scene, at the beginning of the scene. There you go, finally shows up. And it has nothing for us to add. It's just that. And as the action, so right at the start, when the scene begins, we're going to type in external layout. See, create objects from the external layout. This is the one we want. We're going to click this one. It's going to ask us, which of the external layouts do you want to create? And we want to create from game UI. It's like, okay, where do you want to create these things, right? What's the X and Y? So just like the sprites, that when we import a sprite, the origin point is right in the corner. Remember, at position 0, 0, the external layouts is exactly the same. It's going to be in the corner of the screen at position 0, 0. So if we want this stuff to overlap with the stuff that we're doing right now on our scene, like to be precisely like on top of the same resolution screen, all that stuff, all we have to do is put 0, 0. And you can leave the Z position um, open. That's for the 3D stuff. I'm fairly certain it works just like this. So now, when we start the scene, it's going to create our UI right on top. Start the game, and there it is. There's our heart. There's our coin. And now I'm going to run all the way to the second level. We got our UI there. And we took damage, so we lost the heart, and we gained a coin. And we change UI, change level. There you go. Our UI is still there, and we keep our coins, and we keep our hearts. And everything is working. And that's basically external layouts. That's what one of the applications for them. It's pretty cool to just keep everything in check. Because if you now it's not only easier. Oh my god, why did I click the wrong thing? Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Just wasting time. Is that where? Yeah, there we go. And level 1 events, we can delete that. Right. Because you could do the UI here. And then you can copy paste and put it here. But it's going to be the exact same issue as the external event. Right? You could have the events here and then copy paste the events to level 2. But every time you change one thing, you're going to have to go and change on every single one of your scenes, right? Which is a pain in the butt. This way, if you change something in your UI right here, and as I was telling you, the X and Y is there, like where it starts. It's right there in the corner, 0, 0. But if I go here and I was like, oh, I don't like this, I want to put this down here, then it's going to change for all of the scenes because this stuff is created at the beginning of the scene. And that's it. It just creates at the start, no more. I hope that makes sense. So anyways, we're going to save and we're going to move on and we're going to do AI because AI is fun. So to do that, we must first rearrange some stuff. So let's rearrange our level a little bit. And to do that, I'm going to copy paste. Wait, I'm not sure why I'm having so much attention to this level because this is like a throwaway level. It's fine. Nothing says we can't have fun while we do testing, right? When we do building. And you gotta have fun because it's a game, for crying out loud. You know? I think there's a lot of that missing these days. It's like people make games like it's some sort of medicine or whatever. I don't know. It's like they're just shoveling out games. I'm gonna put you there. I'm gonna grab this coin, put it there. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And I actually need you to go there. Okay, this is good. This will do exactly what we wanted to do. And I'm actually gonna get rid of you. Right. So let's do some cool AI. Well, the beginnings of AI. Do 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 do. And we're gonna start this whole thing by going to enemies. And we're gonna duplicate the green slime. Gonna duplicate and we call it green slime patrol. Patrol. Because he's gonna patrol the scene. And we're gonna grab him. And we're gonna plop him right there. This is fine. So green jelly patrol. Cool. Now we gotta do AI. And we're gonna make him go back and forward. And we're gonna do some like neat stuff on how to do it. And you can grab all this stuff and then add timers, and then suddenly you've done AI, and it's really cool. Um, so to begin with, we need to make him go back and forward, meaning we need to make him like go all the way here. Then when he gets here, something needs to happen for him to go back, and when he gets here, it needs something to happen to go back this way again, right? So to do that, we're actually gonna get we're gonna create an object. Let's not go to the shop. It's gonna go to the shop. It's like I don't know. I got nothing against the shop. So let's create an object just to show you how to do some stuff. So create the object. We're gonna create the sprite. We're gonna call this one go left. And wait, down here it says create with Piscal. We're gonna create a sprite with Piscal. We're gonna grab our paint bucket. I'm gonna grab a color, which is gonna be red. I'm gonna go all the way there to red. And we're gonna paint it. I'm actually gonna make it a bit darker because this is too bright. This is fine. That was too oh my god. Why are you so bright? 64 by 64. No. We're gonna change it to 96. 96. Just so it fits with the rest of our tiles. So press enter. New sprite. Go left. Go left. And save. Go left. Animation is called go left. And there we go. It's just a square. You're going to press apply. And now we're going to do the exact same thing for go right. We're going to add an object. Sprite. We're going to call this one go right. Go all together. Go right. Create with Piscal. Paint bucket. Colors. And so we make a distinction. We're actually going to go down here to the blues. And we're going to make it a nice blue. And we're going to paint it blue. And now, do. Oh my god, my mouse. There we go. And we're gonna do exactly the same. 9, 6. And we don't need to make that because when we save, it's gonna change to. No, it didn't. Okay, whatever. Go right. Go right. There we go. And press OK or apply. Now, these sprites do nothing. So, one of it, the go left, is going to tell our little guy to go left. So, keep track of the names, right? Because that's why we're naming stuff, is to help us think. So, go left sends the enemy left. And go right, go figure, is going to send them to go right. And now I'm going to hide these a little bit. I'm going to grab that one. I'm going to use the thing to the arrow keys to like put it a bit to the side, but keep it still a little bit out. Not completely behind the tiles. I'm going to select both of these, and I'm going to change their Z order to 0. I can't see. Can't see the numbers. Where is it? Z order. With Z order. 11, we're going to make it 0. So now, yes, it's behind the tiles. See, there's a little bit of it sticking out. It's just so we can see it. We're actually going to make it disappear in a second. So don't worry. This is just for show and tell. Right. So now we got go left and go right. What else do we need? We're going to double click this guy. And we're going to give him a brain. Let's go to variables. Or no, this is behaviors. We're going to go to variables. And these ones are object variables. They live inside this specific object, right? Global variables is globally. No matter where you go in your game, in your project, those will affect something. If you tell it to, you can access them, all that stuff. Scene variables are just for the scene, and object variables are for the specific object. In this case, the green jelly patrol, or green slime patrol, sorry. Green jellies are the ones in my other game. So we're going to add a variable. And we already did a number variable. So this one is going to be a string variable, which is the ones that use words. Just so we can do something different. And let's have fun with the whole thing. Programming isn't boring. We can have a lot of fun with it. So let's call it brain. And we just gave the slime a brain. And this is what's going to determine what he's thinking about. And right at the start, when the scene starts, he's going to think about going left. So we're going to type in left. All right. So the moment the scene starts, he's like, ooh, left, left. That's what's running in his brain. Ooh, I need to go left. So let's go to our game code. And now, let's go to enemies. Was already open. And we're going to add a new one. I'm going to copy paste. We're going to call this one green slime patrol. And I'm going to select the event group and I'm going to do Shift D, because that way it already makes the sub event. Right. So let's get the collision out of the way. Let's get the easy thinking out of the way. So let's go for collision. So when something is colliding with something, let's make it when the green slime patrol is in collision with go left. Go left. Oh, okay. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Right. If this happens, it's like, oh, where is he? There we go. It's like, I have the object, but this doesn't say I have the object. What gives? What's wrong? It's because we're not using global objects and we're using external events. So external events use global objects. So let's just make these global. You're going to drag and drop somewhere. Could be there. press OK. And we're going to drag and drop that one to globals. You're going to press OK. Now they're global objects. Game code. And now, look at that. Now it recognizes our item. So that's something. When you use external events, you got to use global objects, because otherwise he doesn't know what you're talking about. All right. So when the green slime, when I call it jelly, when the green slime patrol is in collision with go left, we're gonna change his brain. So change object variable, variable, and we could put like string to make sure it's the right one. So change text variable. That's what it is. It's a string variable, is a text variable. Object. Green. Slime. There you go. Patrol. I did it. And we're going to set it to left. So, comma, left, close comma. Wait, that's not a comma. That's a quote. There you go. Quote. Quote, left, quote. And okay, because text is always between quotes. Now, let's copy paste this one. And let's say when this guy is in collision with go right. Go right. We're now going to change the text variable. Wait, what? Oh, I forgot to say that the variable was called brain. I'm an idiot. There you go, brain. How did I miss that? Where was it? Variable. How did I miss that? I'm gonna do the whole thing from the start just so I didn't like forget to explain something. Just to be sure. Let's delete this one. Change object text variable. Change text variable general objects. There we go. So here, object green slime patrol. Gonna select this one. Oh, there you go. It was right underneath and I completely skipped past it. Like, sorry. So the variable is brain. Since we already made it inside the object, it already says here brain. So we're gonna click it. And we're gonna set it to if it's in collision with go right, then we're gonna change it to right. So remember, quote, right, and then end quote. And we're gonna click OK. All right, so now when he's in collision with go left, he starts thinking about going left. All right, we change the variable brain to go left. And this one's the same. If he's in collision with go right, then we change the variable brain and we set it to right. Right, so left and right. So now I'm going to copy paste this thing, the marker, just to make a little distinction between the stuff. Right, so these ones are the collisions. Now we're going to make it do stuff. Do stuff. Oh my god, what have I said? So click it, Shift A. So now we got to make it do stuff when he's actually thinking about these things. So now we're going to do the exact same thing and we're going to go to object, text, variable, variable, text variable, general object, object, green, slime, patrol. There you go. And now the variable is brain, or you can just type it brain. So when his brain is equal to, so when he's thinking about, when he's equal to, start quote, left, end quote. Then we're going to apply a force. So add force, add a force, and we're going to send them left. Again, green, slime, patrol. That's the object. So speed on the x-axis. Now remember, minus values make him go this away. Plus values, or positive ones, make him go this away. So if you're in collision with go left, and he's thinking about going left, right? He has left on his mind and his brain. So we got to make him go left, make him go like this. So to go left, we're going to do a negative number. So minus, let's say 75. That's a bit slow, but we'll change it later. Let's make it 100. Why not? And speed on the y is 0, because y is up and down, and we don't want him to make him like fly off. And let's make it an instant force, because I mean, we can do it if you do trigger once. We can do a permanent force, but it's fine. Let's go with instant this time, because for as long as he's thinking about going left, we're going to be applying a minus 100. So this works. If we wanted to only trigger the one time, then we do permanent. So we just make a permanent 100 that time until he starts thinking about something else. So there's two ways of going about this. But this is fine. Let's just do an instant force. So when the brain of green slime patrol is equal to left, then we give him a force and we make him go left. Now we're going to copy paste this to make it easier. Just like that. And when the variable brain of this guy says right, so quote, right, end quote. We're going to make it go right. And to go right, it's positive forces, right? Because he's in the middle. And then we want to go like this. So that's a positive. So you can do plus, but there's no point. Just that. That's a positive. If you put a minus, that's a negative. So just like that. Okay. And just like this, it already works. Now we made a patrol to go back and forward, right? So this is a basic patrol enemy. Let me show you. Look at that. So he's going left. Now he hit go right, so he changed to right, and he's going right. Now he hit go left, so now he's going left. Hit go right, now he's going right. See? And we have movement. We have a cool enemy that goes back and forward, right? So how can you spice this up a little bit? Instead of just making him bounce, now let's do the beginnings of AI. Let's introduce time. And let's introduce one more. Or one more word to his brain. So we're gonna do it like this. We're gonna add one more. We're gonna copy paste. And if the variable brain of green slime patrol equals do quote idle quote. Let's make it tired. Let's make it tired. So he's tired, right? He's thinking, oh my god, I'm so tired. I make it all the way here. Right, so if he's tired, let's delete the force. He's not going to apply any force, right? You're tired. You don't want to do anything. So we're going to stop. Stop the object. This is the one. We're gonna stop the object. And there's no other stuff. We just need to say it's the green slime patrol. Get used to this. You're gonna do this a lot. And press OK. Right. So now when he's tired, he stops and he does nothing. That's the one. When he's tired, he does nothing. So how do we make him tired? We go like this. We add another event and object text variable. Change the text variable or string. You can always, object string variable. It's exactly the same thing. Wait, number variable. Oh, there we go. It's the same. It's the very first one. I just didn't see it. Change the text variable. So remember, string and text is exactly the same kind of variable. Object. Green jelly. Not green jelly. God. Green slime. Green slime patrol. Variable brain. Set to value quote tired end quote. Okay. So now, there you go. We put this first. We're actually going to copy paste this. And we're going to put it on the other one as well. And now we're going to add one more action. And no, that's not going to work. Oh my god. What am I doing? Nah. I know what I want to do. But it's not there. Let me rethink this. Oh, it's up here, right? So when he's in collision, that's where I want to put it. There we go. We're going to bring these up here. It's when he's colliding, not when he has the thought. So when he collides with go left, he first becomes tired, right? He just got to the destination, and now he's tired. And the same thing for when he goes right, and it gets there, now he's tired, right? But then if we leave it like this, he gets tired and he instantly starts moving the other direction, right? So we need to give him a little time to rest, right? Because the poor guy is tired. He's like, right now, as we have it, it's like he gets to the destination. He's like, oh man, I'm so tired. But then someone instantly tells him, like, no, go back. And he's like, oh dude, but I want to tire. No, 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 go back right away, instantly. So we're going to wait like that. Wait X seconds. So we're going to give him a little time to rest. So time to wait in seconds. So let's make it a second, like a full second. And press OK. And now we plop it there. So now he's tired. Then he waits a second. And he catches his breath. He's like, okay, okay. Back to the other side. And then he moves. So let's copy and let's paste it here as well. So now this is gonna be cool. So I'm gonna run it. See, he gets there, he's tired. He waits a little bit, and then he's not moving. Okay. How did I mess that up? Oh, because he's always in collision. So because he's always colliding, then this is always resetting. So he's always tired, and it never gets past the first check. So we need to make it trigger once. Right? Trigger only once. Trigger once. There we go. So for as long as he is in collision, this is only going to happen one time. Let's see if this works. Let's try this again. And there we go. He's moving. He gets there. He's like, oh, I'm so tired. Okay, back. Here I come. And there we go. Oh, man. Okay, gotta rest. Okay, going back. Right. And you can do animations to go with this, right? We only have the basic animation, but you can have an animation for all the stages, right? You can have, so when he gets there and he's idling, he goes to this one. But when he's moving, like he has its own moving animation, right? This was just for show and tell. Right? I'm actually going to make different animations for this. But now, how do we make this a bit random? So you spice up the how it looks, right? So it's a bit more unpredictable. We're going to use random in range. Random in range is such a good expression. Like it's just learn how to use it and it's going to spice up your game by 1,000,000%. So wait, instead of 1 second, let's do random in range. Capital I, capital R's. Then we open parentheses and we're going to use two numbers. So it's going to be between 0.5, 0.5. That's too short. Let's do 0.75, comma. That's what's going to separate the actual numbers. And 2 seconds, like 2 full seconds. And then close the parentheses. So it's going to pick a number to wait between 0.75 seconds and 2 full seconds. So it's going to choose a number between those two and it's going to wait for that amount. That way, and then you can click it again and it's already selected and then you just do copy. Then you go to the second one, you click that, it's already selected, so you just do paste and you're done. So now the waiting time will be random. Nice, I guess there. 1, 2. Okay, that was 1. 1, 2. There we go. That was longer. See? 1, 2. Okay. 1, 2. Okay. And 1, 2. That was a bit longer. 1, 2. Oh, that was almost 4 seconds in my brain. It's always weird. Like you think you know the amount of time, but then you start seeing it in real life. So you see, now it's a little bit unpredictable. All right. And this is the beginnings of AI. You can start adding the actual timers. You can start doing them like weird stuff after a certain amount of time. Like we can do it like if his animation is idle, start the timer. And then he's going to pick where to go, left or right. And then he goes right. Then after a few seconds, he goes idle. And then he picks again. Does he want to go left or does he want to go right? Right. And you have this cycle of randomness and he starts picking like, do I want to go left? Do I want to go right? And so you remove the go left and go right and he just decides by himself. And then you just have to have some sort of system for him not to like fly off so that he actually collides with a tile and he doesn't keep going, right? And one way of doing that is just giving him the platformer behavior, because that way he gets physics and he won't go past the tiles that you put as a platform. But this is like the beginnings of AI. Just have fun with this. It's the same concept. So what else do we need to do? There's a better way of doing what I'm about to show you, but this is just so we can move on, and I'll show you a better way later on when we're doing more optimizations and cleaning up our stuff. But right now, let's go to at the beginning of the scene. Sorry. Let's add a new event. Let's copy paste. Let's bring it down. There you go. Now let's add an action. And the action is going to be hide. Click on hide. And the object is going to be go left. Going to click OK. And then we're going to copy paste the hide. And then we're going to type it go right. So at the beginning of the scene, we're going to hide these two elements. They're still going to exist. The objects are still going to be there. They're just going to be invisible. See? You're still doing your stuff. They're just invisible. Cool, right? We can even, when you go here, they're still visible. We can make it a bit more like that. And a bit more like that. So there's still a little bit that you can see and you can click easily. And you can still kind of like optimize around it and so on. Now you can put these on top so they're always visible, but I don't know. This is nicer for you can like get a better visual for what's going on. And there you go. Yeah, so now it goes a little bit further, right? And we have a little game. Oh. Let's wait. Oh, still got hit. Ah! Went through all that trouble. Oh! Fireball! Run! And we're gone. And see? Everything works. Right? So, right. From now on, I'm going to start making these more as a devlog. Right? I'm going to start speeding up the process because otherwise it's going to take forever. And unless I'm doing something like real cool that I haven't explained before, then I'm going to slow down and explain it. But until then, I'm going to do some stuff off screen, some juicing, some event laying, some all this stuff. I'm just going to do off screen so we can speed up the process of making the actual game. Because I've explained all the basics so far. If I feel like, oh, I haven't explained this yet, then I'll slow down and I'll go, hey, look at this video, look at this cool thing. But until then, right, I'm just going to start doing a bunch of assets, a bunch of other stuff. I'm still just going to be doing all the stuff that I've explained up until this point. I'm just going to multiply it, right, and expand the game. Right. So until then, I hope you learned something. This was cool, right? I love this kind of stuff. And if you like this one, consider subscribing, leave a like, comment, all that stuff. If you're enjoying these videos, leave me a comment, just saying something like, oh, these are helpful or something. So I get some sort of feedback to know how to make more of these, right? Anyways, till next time, peace out.